Right, hello guys, welcome to another video. You join me in the park this time and with my Range Rover Velar you see behind me. Now, I have made a 5 things I dislike about this car previously on my channel. If you do want to know those things, you can go watch that. And yes, sort of now this one is going to be 5 things I love, so bring it back with a positive about this car. Now, in the previous video you probably thought, oh, he's moaning about the car a little bit, but there were just 5 things I dislike. It's not like major points. So with the 5 things I love, it's kind of more, it weighs out the other kind of dislikes. So the points are kind of relative to why I actually bought the car. The 5 dislikes are kind of just, you know, annoying little bits, and to kind of let people know what they can expect with the tech and stuff like that. I mean, it's basically just the tech, which I dislike about the car. But the overall car is actually really good. So let's get into those 5 points then. Okay then, so in the car, bringing it back with a positive, the 5 things I absolutely love about this car. Number 1 is the overall style of the car. I just think, you know, 4x4s nowadays, they look good, but I just think the Velar looks extra special. I mean, you got the, if you go, I mean, especially if you go for the R-dynamic pack, you got, you know, the grille at the front, the cool spoiler at the back, and just the overall body kit that they put on the R-dynamic just looks really nice. It looks well planted, it's well presented on the road, and also if you spec the black roof and a contrast colour on the body, say if you go silver and black, red and black, white and black, it just looks really nice with the two-tone thing that Land Rover do, you know, with the top half black and the bottom half with a different colour. And yeah, just overall inside as well, this is kind of the new interior that they're doing. They put it in the Velar first, now they're doing it in the Vogue, the Sport, and now the Evoque, which has just come out as well. 2 screens, and then a 3rd one in there. Really sleek design and stuff. Just the overall style is really cool, and you can spec pretty cool things in here. I mean, you can have full leather on the dash. The seats, half Alcantara, half leather, really nice. And just inside really, you can get different wood in here, and with the speakers as well, there's silver if you go for the Meridian surround sound. Just offsets the car really nicely inside. I just think the overall style looks very good compared to the Evoque, the Sport and the Vogue. Maybe if I had the money I would buy a Sport, but I just think the Velar looks the best in the lineup, in my opinion. And when I was looking for a car, this one just overall just stood out so much to me. I don't know, I think the majority of people do like the style of the Velar, especially if you spec it right. Which brings me on to number 2. So number 2, I mean, it is a spec option, but it is kind of special to Land Rover range, is the wheels. Now, the wheels look absolutely amazing. If you go for the 22s, diamond cut, kind of, I don't know what spoke they're like, 8 or 10 spoke alloys, with the kind of grey and silver, the two-tone look. I just think they look sick, like two-tone, grey and silver, just offset the car really nice, and with this, in the silver, which is the metallic paint spec, and the black roof, I just think it looks so good. So yeah, can't go wrong with specing these wheels. 22s, I mean, obviously they do 21s, they even do 18s you can get on the Velar, but I just think 4x4 needs fat wheels, needs really big wheels, and 22s, I mean, the tyres would cost a lot, and they're more kind of prone to curbing and stuff like that. I am guilty of curbing one at the back quite badly. Actually, it's not that bad, it's only on the rim, which can be fixed. But yeah, I just think the wheels look really nice, so that's number 2. I really like them. I mean, even as a spec option, it is still kind of special to the Velar because obviously you can't get it on any other car. Right, number 3 then. So this basically made me buy the car. Right, so I was in the market for a 4x4. I was looking at Volkswagen. I was looking at Audi as well, and their 4x4s are a bit, I don't know, they're a bit bland. I mean, the Q5 nice, SQ5 is really nice, but I couldn't deal with the kind of fake exhaust thing they're going on the back, and just the interior of Audis is getting a bit conservative for me. Even though they have changed, they have updated their interiors, but it's not quite on the same level as this style, as this kind of design in here. I mean, the Q8 was too expensive, it wasn't out. The Q7 is too big, kind of, doesn't look that sleek. Volkswagen, I mean, if you buy one of the Tiguans and put one of the, I think it's R style or whatever, it does look quite cool. But the interior not really there. I mean, the best one that stood out was the Range Rover Velar. I mean, for style, Range Rovers are kind of on point really, in my opinion. So point number 3 is it stands out from other 4x4s in my opinion. I mean, maybe up against the Porsche Macan still. I mean, the Velar, I don't know, which one would you pick, Porsche Macan or Range Rover Velar? Also Mercedes, they do the GLC, which looks really good, but you can't really spec too much on there. It's quite limited to what you can spec. You can only kind of spec the Premium Plus pack and stuff like that. So the Velar, you can change the wheels, you can change the roof and stuff like that. So there's a lot more options you could do there with the Velar. It's kind of the best looking 4x4s on the road right now, I think, in my opinion. I mean, nothing kind of, for me, when I was kind of looking, didn't really come close to the style, what you can spec, the interior, and just kind of that Range Rover feel, if you get what I mean. So yeah, point number 3 stands out from other 4x4s. I mean, what do you think? Write down in the comments if you prefer any other car. Do write it down in the comments, and I'll be eager to know of your kind of style preferences and what cars you would go against the Velar, or what would you have rather than a Velar. Right, number 4. This I sound like I'm doing the news or something, like reading out 4 points. It sounds really like formal, but this I'm just talking. Right, so number 4, I think this is a really nice touch. If you go for the SE model, you get the Meridian surround. I think it's like 12 or 16 speakers of like a few subwoofers, right? It sounds immense. It sounds really, really good in this car. I haven't heard they do 3, right? They do Meridian surround, and then Meridian signature sound, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they do 3. The Meridian signature sound is like 3-4 grand, I think. So no point kind of spending that if you can get an SE model and it comes with Meridian sound. Now these sounds really, really good. It's kind of on par with B&O you get an Audi. I mean, possibly on the better side. I don't know if it's because it's a 4x4, there's more space in here, it's more you know, you can get a better surround in here compared to kind of the smaller cars that I've had that Audi do, which I had B&O in. But yeah, I would say it's kind of the best thing in the car. The best thing you can experience in the car is the sound from these speakers. If you've got a good playlist on Spotify, you're just absolutely blaring it. Even with the windows open and everything, you can hear the bass. It's got really good treble bass and all that stuff. It just sounds really, really good. I don't want to sample it because my video may get copyright striked, but yeah. If you do go to a dealership and you want to test out the sound, just ask the salesman or whatever, try out the speakers, because they sound insane, actually. Which is the whole, you can't even hear the road outside. Even if you're on the motorway and you're blaring your music, you can't hear anything else. It's probably bad for like hazards and stuff, but they sound sick. Right, the last point then. You know, Range Rovers have that Range Rover driving style. That wafty kind of glides along the road. You can't hear anything else outside. It's just literally like you're sat in an acoustic room and you're just chilling. You're chilling on the M4, you're bombing it down 70 miles an hour, and you're just one hand on the wheel. You know you're in the Range Rover. You can feel it. I've driven the Vogue as well, and you just get that same vibe with just, I don't know, you can't explain it. When you get in the Range Rover, you just know it feels like a Range Rover. When you drive an Audi, you kind of know it's an Audi, but the Range Rover has a kind of more special feel to it. There's less body roll than there is in the Vogue, obviously, because this is more planted. I did opt for the adaptive dynamics, which makes the suspension tighter a little bit, so you can go around corners and not be thrown over the other side of the passenger seat. So that's really good. Yeah, I was surprised actually, not too much body roll, but when you drive the Vogue, you're kind of in like a boat, but you still get the Range Rover feel. That overall kind of Range Rover style, Range Rover driving style is nice. Even with the 22-inch wheels, it's not hard. When you go over bumps, it's not really hard. I had 19s on my RS3, and then when you go over a bump, you would break your teeth, but obviously that's got sport suspension and all that stuff. But coming to 22-inch wheels, I thought, oh, the ride would be a bit hard, but it's actually not. I can fly over bumps, right, and the suspension is really good. You don't kind of hit your head on the roof and stuff like that. A chill drive, you know, if you do long journeys and stuff, obviously a Range Rover is going to be key. It's going to be a major key in that factor. So yeah, those are the 5 points, guys. Pretty simple ones. I mean, obviously Range Rover got some special things going on. I mean, they're deemed to be the best 4x4 in the world, as some people might say, or the Land Rover kind of fanboys. But yeah, that's the reasons why I bought it. And the dislikes, kind of, I mean, they're annoying, but they're not that annoying to kind of be a deal breaker. I didn't know, I mean, I kind of knew of them first because I've driven the Vogue. I knew they were coming out with this new thing, the Touch Duo Pro. I had high expectations, but it's just not quite there yet. So Land Rover are doing everything else right, but it's just the tech they can just improve a little bit on. That was basically my kind of point I was putting across in the dislike video. But yeah, 5 things I love, bring it back with a positive. I don't know, guys, write your 5 things. If you do own a Range Rover Velar, write them down below. I do want to hear it. 5 things you like about the car, and also 5 things you just like, or whatever. And if you are in the market of buying one of these cars, I hope this video is kind of informative, not just kind of one of those silly videos that, you know, 5 things like this, stuff like that. I want to try and make it more informative to you guys and let you know actually about the car. And if you do want to know more about the car, I have done a 6-month ownership review. I think it's about 3 or 4 videos back on my channel. So if you do want to watch that, it covers actually absolutely everything. It's about 30 minutes long, covering the spec and all this stuff, the sat nav, absolutely everything, and what I've gone for, all the options list and all that, and what I actually think of the car after 6 months. So if you have not watched that yet, go click down below. They'll be in the description or up here on this corner somewhere. Right, so that does it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, kind of photography coming next, because I've kind of rinsed out as many car videos as I can on this channel. So something different coming next. Cool. All right, see you next one. Goodbye.